It was supposed to be the happiest day of Grace's life. Today she was getting married. The church bells rang joyfully, as family and friends gathered to witness the beautiful union between Grace and Daniel. The ceremony was filled with laughter, smiles, and happy tears. Soon, the pastor pronounced them husband and wife. The congregation erupted in applause as the newlyweds walked out of the church hand in hand. Flower petals filled the air. Everyone celebrated with excitement. It truly was a beautiful day. A few minutes later, the celebration continued at the reception hall. The venue was beautifully decorated with white and gold flowers. Soft music played in the background. The aroma of delicious Nigerian dishes filled the air. Guests laughed, took pictures, and congratulated the happy couple. Grace and Daniel finally took their seats at the head table. As Grace reached for her meal, something outside caught her attention. She looked through the entrance and saw an elderly woman sitting quietly beneath a large tree. The woman wasn't begging. She wasn't calling anyone. She simply sat there, watching the celebration from a distance. Her clothes were old. Her slippers were worn. Yet there was a quiet dignity on her face. Grace couldn't stop looking at her. Something in her heart felt uneasy. She gently called one of the ushers. "Excuse me, who is that elderly woman outside?" The usher looked through the entrance and shook her head. "I don't know. She has been sitting there for quite some time." Grace became silent. She looked at the delicious meal placed before her. Then she looked outside again. She tried to continue smiling, but her heart wouldn't let her ignore the woman. Without saying another word, she slowly picked up her own plate of food. Daniel noticed immediately. He smiled and asked softly, "Grace, where are you going?" Grace smiled back. "I'll be right back." Some guests watched curiously. Others whispered among themselves. Nobody knew what Grace was about to do. With slow, gentle steps, Grace walked out of the reception hall. She approached the elderly woman. Then she knelt beside her. Without saying a word, she stretched out the plate of food. The elderly woman looked up. Her hands trembled. Tears slowly filled her eyes. She looked at Grace, then at the food, before looking back into Grace's eyes. For a few seconds, neither of them spoke. Then, the elderly woman slowly opened her mouth. Who was the old woman? Why did Grace suddenly become speechless? The answer will surprise you. Subscribe to my channel and join me in episode 2.